Good morning, friends. I am here to speak on the price rise issue. Mr. Narendra Modi, in his election rallies in 2013 and 14, said that बहुत हुई महंगाई की मार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार. But as soon as he came to power in 2014 May, due to the international conditions and the market conditions, crude oil started slipping from October 2014. Right from $105, it came down to $67, and then in a month or two, it came down to 47. And it continued slipping. Now what happened? People of India thought that because Mr. Modi had promised to bring down prices, we will get the benefit of the international prices, and as a result, petrol and diesel prices will come down drastically. But what happened to the surprise of 125 crore people was that Mr. Modi kept increasing the taxes on both diesel and petrol. You would be surprised to know, because last year I spoke to some of the MLAs in Chhattisgarh who are my friends from both the parties, BJP and Congress. I asked, do you know how much percentage increase has been made on the custom duty of diesel? Some said they didn't know. Some said that भैया 5-10% बढ़ा होगा, 20% बढ़ा होगा. But no one can imagine, and no one knew that Mr. Modi increased the taxes to the tune of around 500%. Yes, 500%. That's 5 times increase in taxes. This by a man who shouted that he would bring down prices. So, as a result, we are still, for the last 3.5 years, paying much more than we should, we ought to have paid. You know, 2 days back I said that this is suit, boot or loot ki sarkar. Mr. Modi wore that famous 10 lakh suit with the golden threads, and now this loot. In the last 3.5 years, the difference in prices, that is actual price that we should have been made to pay, and the actual price that we were made to pay, that amount is what I call a loot, a broad daylight loot by the Modi government. And you would be very much surprised to know the amount of this loot has gone up to 10 lakh crore plus. Yes, 10 lakh crore plus has been looted from the pockets of the Indian 125 crore Indians. And one more product, dal, tur dal, rahar dal. Around the time, maybe 2013, under UPA's rule, due to the market situation, the dal prices rose from 50 to 60. That is a 20% increase, which is very common, because in a year when we have drought or we have excess rain, prices tend to go up. That's a normal phenomenon. But that too was, a picture was made as if the Congress party, Mr. Manmohan Singh, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi is responsible for this price rise. Fine. In this regard also, we have seen that under Mr. Modi's rule 2 years back, dal prices skyrocketed and it went up to 225 250 rupees a kilo, and these prices sustained not less than for 15 months. Now there was a syndicate working behind this. No common kirana wala, the local shop, the neighborhood shop which we have, they were not responsible for this price rise. A syndicate which was based in Gujarat and somewhere outside the nation, maybe Singapore, Africa, they imported dal from Africa. Now that is also, imports are regular. Since last many years we have been importing around 40% of our requirement, and this is how business used to go. But the main thing is that when the dal prices in Africa were around 55 rupees per kilogram, and I suppose the prices were FOR India, that is the transportation cost included, and 90 days credit was available at 55 rupees a kilo. And this racket did not allow the prices to come down for at least 15 months. Lakhs and lakhs of tons of dal were imported and sold throughout India, and the common man, the poor man, they had to pay the amount, excess amount on dal, which was on the lower side around 175, on the higher side around 225 250. So you can say that 200 was the average price for around 15 months. So this was one of the biggest loot in the history of India. Now all these three items, petrol, diesel and dal, all these three items, the loot amount is to the tune of not less than 15 lakh crores. Remember, this is not corruption, this is pure loot, right under the nose of the Modi government. Do you think that this would have happened without the blessings of Mr. Modi or his government? I don't think so. Mr. Modi, during his sponsored interviews on television channels, said that he is very pained with the condition of farmers in India, and if he comes to power, he would see to it that a farmer gets at least 50% above his input costs of his produce. That is, if he grows paddy, his input cost or his cost of production is 15 rupees, he would at least get 22.5 for 1 kg of paddy. Now we have seen 4 years of Modi rule. What has happened? Thousands and thousands and thousands of farmers have committed suicide throughout India. Had Mr. Modi done something in this regard, this wouldn't have happened. So, as far as price rise is concerned, it is very clear that Modi ji or his government and even his ideology, the Sangh philosophy, is not at all with the common man. They only speak about Antyodaya. But they are here for the interest of billionaires, the big people, suit boot wale people. So it's time we get united, we get up, and I request at least 50% of that 31% lot which swayed away with Modi's speeches, his promises, and voted for him. But we all 125 crore people are suffering due to those 31% people, and suffering tremendously. This is a very tough time for us Indians, and I think we should understand this and see to it that never ever in future we vote for such people. Thank you.